the important thing to look at in this is that in 2020, it's 19.6 billion. It's expected to grow to 51.6 billion in the next 5 years. Here's the thing. When we say, as we did in this, that the time to adopt it is now, what that really means is that the time to start looking at it is now. It is not appropriate, as we'll get into, for every network and every situation.
Yeah, and we'll have a lot of back and forth about this because, there are a lot of different views on this, but this is not an all or nothing approach. That's part of it, because zero trust, it has the word zero in it, right? So ideally, you want to have it completely locked down. But this has to be an iterative process, and we'll talk more about that. But it really does have to be an iterative process, because otherwise it's such a big task that you'll never get around to it. It's just too massive to do all at once.
So why are they moving? Why is this going up so quickly? First, they're centralizing and improving identity management. They're replacing their VPNs with zero trust network access. And this is a place where we've talked about it. I consider this to be an important gain for zero trust. The VPN is very vulnerable to attacks. Many of the VPN providers we've seen in the last couple of years have been hit with vulnerabilities they didn't know existed. And it's not always the case that, I won't speak for anybody else. It is not always the case that I am right on top of all of my updates and patches.
The interesting thing about this also is a VPN, once you land into that VPN, whatever network you have set up, it's like you're there. That's the point of having a VPN, is it's trying to make it transparent like you're on the network. Whereas a zero trust network access is more about accessing a resource or app. So again, we're going back to more granular levels of control. Is it more difficult to set up? Maybe, yeah, probably. There's a lot more work involved, but it's necessary for this model.
So what does it offer? Protection at all levels. It shouldn't handcuff anyone, but it does protect everyone. Access has to be granted. Nobody is safe. One of the things to recognize is that, yes, we all want to protect that root user on our network, but the fact is that once anybody is in, zero trust mitigates against this. Pardon me. But once anybody is in, it is not that hard to escalate your privileges. And it's easier to identify. And we'll get into that a little bit later.